Welcome back to BetterAiBots. Today, we are launching into a product that's really designed to fix one of the biggest bottlenecks in professional life.
I think we all know what that is.
Oh, yeah. The sheer friction of turning a good idea into, a polished, shareable piece of content.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about the platform Gamma. It's an AI-powered content engine, and it claims to make wrestling with slide software and design tools, well, obsolete.
That's the high-level pitch for sure. And from what we're seeing, Gamma is trying to be more than just another presentation builder.
Right.
It's really about shifting content creation away from, the limits of a 16.9 slide or a fixed-width document. It replaces all that with a more fluid web-native experience.
So our mission today is to figure out exactly how it does that. We want to get into the core concepts, trace the actual user workflow, which they promise takes minutes, not hours.
A bold claim.
A very bold claim. And we want to see why a team would actually choose this over the tools that, let's be honest, everyone already has.
And for you listening, the key outcome here is really versatility. The sources all highlight that Gamma is great for, well, almost anything.
Like what?
Sales decks, investor proposals, internal training manuals, big reports, even knowledge bases or simple one-page websites.
Basically, if it needs to look good fast and be shared with a single link, that's the sweet spot.
That is its sweet spot, exactly.
Okay, so let's unpack this. The first thing that really jumps out is how it abandons the slide metaphor completely. I mean, for decades, that's all we've known.
It's the foundational shift. The whole concept is cards, not slides. And that's not just, a cute marketing name.
It's a technical distinction.
It's a technical distinction that enables everything else the platform does. See, traditional software thinks of content as just like pixels on a fixed page.
Right, which is why it looks terrible on a phone. You're pinching and zooming, you lose the whole design.
Exactly. But a card is different. If a slide is a painting on a fixed canvas, a card is more like a self-contained modular block of content.
Like a section on a modern website.
Precisely. A card might hold a heading, some text, a chart, an image. And because the platform understands what that content is, that this is a heading, this is a data point, it can tell the browser how to display it effectively on any device.
So that responsiveness problem with PowerPoint and PDFs just goes away. The card automatically reflows the text and rearranges things.
Intelligently. And this modularity allows for much richer things inside those cards. You can have embedded media, videos, interactive tables, even collapsible sections.
Which means you can structure a document that isn't just a straight line from slide 1 to 50.
You got it. It feels more like reading a specialized web article, not sitting through a rigid deck.
And I guess that structure is what lets the AI do its job so well later on.
That's the key insight. Because the content is already semantically tagged, the AI can apply layout rules and visual themes consistently, without a human having to, fix every single text box.
So let's trace that user journey. Let's say you need to create an executive summary for a board meeting on Monday. You've done nothing. How does Gamma help you jump over that design headache?
Okay, so the story starts not with a template, but with a blank prompt. You're using the AI for the heavy lifting right away.
So instead of spending 15 minutes finding a template, you spend 30 seconds giving it instructions.
Exactly. You just describe what you need. Something like, generate an executive summary for Q3 performance, focusing on market share growth in Europe, tailored for non-technical board members.
And you can even specify the tone.
Using a professional but optimistic tone. You give it the topic, audience, tone, format.
And then the AI just takes the wheel.
Instantly. Within seconds, it generates the entire structure, the sections you'll need, like executive overview, key metrics, future outlook. It even writes some initial draft copy and suggests visuals.
Wow. You start at what feels like 80% done.
That's the goal.
But let's be critical here for a second. AI copy can sound, generic.
It can, for sure.
So how often does that first 80% need a complete rewrite to actually sound human, or like your company?
That's a fair point, and it is a draft structure, but this is where the outline shortcut comes in, which is a huge deal.
Okay.
If you already have material like raw notes or a messy Word doc, even a meeting transcript, you can just paste that unstructured mess right in.
And the AI's job shifts from generation to organization.
Exactly. It just organizes and formats your messy input into that clean, structured card experience. It applies the hierarchy instantly.
That is extremely powerful. So my job changes from being a designer and a copywriter to just being an editor.
A curator. You're refining the structure, checking the headings, reordering a few things, and removing the fluff. You provide the nuance. The AI handles the architecture.
Okay, so we have the structure. Now for the polish, the human touch. What tools are there to refine the text and visuals without needing a design degree?
Well, the whole customization toolkit is built around using AI to maintain speed and consistency. For text, for example, you can select any paragraph.
Whether the AI wrote it or I did.
Doesn't matter. You select it and just tell the system to rewrite it, shorten it, or expand on an idea.
Which is where you get huge time savings for different audiences,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You can change a sales section from technical to friendly without rewriting a thing.
Exactly. It's instantaneous tone shifting. Or you can take a dense paragraph and, with one click, turn it into bullet points. Or just have the AI highlight the key ideas.
That's perfect for executive summaries.
Mm.
Now, visuals. This is where I always get bogged down in other tools.
The formatting headache.
The absolute worst. I change one font color, and then I have to spend 20 minutes fixing 20 other slides. How does Gamma stop that from happening?
It's all because of that consistent structure. Design is handled through themes. You pick a theme, fonts, colors, spacing, and any change you make to that theme.
Like changing the main accent color.
It applies consistently across the entire project, instantly. There are no manual overrides to hunt down and fix. You're basically prevented from messing up the visual coherence.
That's a major shift. The platform is intentionally limiting my ability to make it look bad.
It is, and that consistency extends to images, too. You're not just stuck with generic stock photos. It has AI image generation built in.
So I can just prompt for a specific visual.
Yep. You can ask for a hero image or a small illustration based on the topic, mood, or style you need, and it generates it to fit the layout automatically.
Very efficient.
Yeah.
But for reports and decks, you need hard data. How does it handle charts and numbers?
It handles data natively. It supports AI-generated charts. You can input data manually, build comparison tables, highlight key metrics. The goal is just to turn raw numbers into clean visuals fast.
Makes sense.
And a key best practice the sources mention is to use real proof point screenshots, actual data to build trust. The card structure makes that really easy to drop in.
Let's talk about the bigger picture. Why would a company that's already deep in the Microsoft or Google ecosystem even make the switch? What friction does this actually eliminate for a team?
I think it comes down to collaboration, iteration, and distribution. Those are the three most time-consuming parts of the whole content lifecycle.
I am so tired of emailing final deck v3 review final.pptx.
That entire nightmare just ceases to exist. It's got real-time editing so multiple people can work at once. Comments and feedback are threaded right into the document.
No more siloed email chains.
Gone. And then there's iteration. You mentioned needing different versions for different audiences.
Yeah, a sales team might need 10 slightly different versions of the same pitch.
Right. So here you just duplicate the content. You take the main investor deck, duplicate it, use the AI to shift the tone, swap a few data points, and you've got a custom proposal in, 5 minutes?
So you're not worried about breaking the formatting.
Never. The design is locked in by the theme, but the real game changer, the thing that fixes the biggest pain point of static files, is the sharing model.
Because it's web native.
Exactly. Every single project is a live asset, shareable with a simple URL. Viewers don't need an account. They don't download anything.
And it looks perfect on their phone because of the card structure.
Flawless. And they see updates instantly. If you find a typo or update a number, everyone with the link sees the latest version immediately.
So this fundamentally replaces sending PDFs. No more files that are outdated the second you hit send. One core project can be repurposed into so many different formats without ever touching a design tool. So to sum it all up, Gamma seems to be an engine built for an era of multiple devices and instant updates.
It eliminates the time you waste on formatting and version control, and it replaces it with AI assistance and a truly modern delivery experience.
You make sure that the person who knows the content best doesn't also have to be the graphic designer.
Yes. The focus shifts entirely to the quality of the information and the speed of delivery, not whether the pie chart is centered correctly.
And I think if there's one key lesson to take from all this, it's this. You have to stop thinking of your content as a final disposable file.
Like a PDF you export once and forget.
Right. Start treating these Gamma pages as living assets. The material you create is a single source of truth. When your process updates, you just edit the URL and everyone instantly has the latest perfectly formatted version. You have to think dynamically, not statically.
That's the real mental shift.
Until next time, we will catch you on BetterAiBots.com.